Alright, Shalom. Call all y'all about shit, y'all shot. It's just another video. We're going in on the topic about different creatures that the Lord got set up. That some people see, then you got some people that don't see them, so they don't believe them to exist. But they're definitely out there because you got parts of the world that ain't really been explored like that. And they're the perfect places to hide certain animals, certain different creatures or whatever. So with that being said, I just came across this video and it made me think about the scripture in the book of Ecclesiastes. When they talk about, let me see, we can go to it. Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 30, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So, all these different creatures, man, whenever certain stuff bites somebody, a snake kills somebody, whatever animal or something happen, whether it be a wreck, death angel hop on somebody to go put somebody else to death or whatever. Hey, how about you? Sanction that. Now you read on some more, it says, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So, hey, when you see the niggas getting shot down and all that stuff, and they go, why this happened? Why are you doing all that? Hey, how about y'all set that up, man? You know, hold on, let me pull this scripture up before I let this video play. It's in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 5, it said, the just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust know of no shame. So if you wake up in the morning, you hear all them sirens and fire trucks and all that shit, hey, just know Yahweh Shem Yahushua orchestrated that. Now, check this out,
Content Archive. Today we're going to look at cryptids, more specifically, legendary creatures that are rumored or suspected to exist, but for which conclusive evidence is still missing. Throughout history, many creatures that were rumored to exist have eventually been found. However, in this video, we're going to highlight 10 that still have a lack of evidence to support their claim. Number 10, Mothman. A Mothman is a large humanoid moth-like being with reflective red eyes. Reported sightings of this creature were from November 15, 1966 to December 15, 1967, mostly in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. During the short
and if you ever seen the movie Jeepers Creepers, that's where they get this concept from. And you can't limit your creativity of the Most High, man. So you think you couldn't create nothing like this just to go grab motherfuckers out there in the middle of the woods or out there on the country roads out there going out there in Iowa, Idaho, and Nebraska, different places like going through Jersey or whatever other little region. These people be in and spot this thing up. See, people don't believe shit. But like the scripture say, man's heart failing them for fear of things coming upon the earth, because it's going to be stuff that people ain't even expect to see. Stuff that people think don't even exist. Because you have a lot of people, they don't believe in spirits or ghosts or nothing like that. Hey, but when you walking around and you always see a damn door open up, ain't no wind blowing, ain't nobody around there, your ass gonna believe that shit then. Or you seeing stuff levitating. Now, it's in the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 26. It said, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven should be shaken. Hey, and even these elites, they're gonna be seeing these apparitions too. Like when you read the one story in the book of Daniel, and they talk about the, I want to say it was Nebuchadnezzar, if I ain't mistaken. But yeah, let me get that. And he was eating, and he saw the apparition, and there was a hand that drew a message on the wall. So he bugged out when he seen that. In the book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 5, it says, let me go all the way down to the right translation, because you got Esau with all these other different revised versions and all that. I'm going to go to the one that has the most clarity. It says, in the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace, and the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. And this was how the king reacted to it. It said his face grew pale and his thoughts so alarmed. So his thoughts so alarmed him that his hips gave way and his knees knocked together. So yeah, he basically shitted on himself. And you go into it even more, let me go into it. That's what's gonna be going on, man. People see stuff like this because people they don't think none of this stuff. They don't believe in spiritual stuff like that. But it exists, though, man. Even the wicked, these Edomites, these Amalekites that run the society, they know it. The own people, man, they don't lost touch with who we are and where we come from and who really controlling everything. And this is another translation in the King James Bible version. It said, then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loose, and his knees smote one against another. And when you go into the word loins, it's basically talking about your bowels or your growing area. So basically, he shitted on himself. I'm gonna let this play some more.
Per the time of its activity, there were approximately 100 sightings filed concerning a white, man-like creature between 5 to 7 feet or 1.5 to 2 meters tall,
And you think 100 people just gonna sit there and make this up, man? They ain't making this up.
with wings spanning up to 10 feet or 3 meters and bright, glowing red eyes. The first people to report to have seen it were the couples Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallet, outside of a former World War II munition plant known as the TNT area just outside Point Pleasant. The Mothman is rumored to be anything from an alien to a supernatural being, which was allegedly responsible for an entire series of cryptic events, which ended with the collapsing of the Silver Bridge, resulting in the deaths of 46 people. It wasn't heard about since, except for a sighting in 2005. Number 9, Mokili Mbembe. Mokili Mbembe, or one who stops the flow of rivers, is much akin to the Loch Ness Monster. It's considered by few to be a spirit that makes its home in Lake Kili and its surroundings in the Congo River Basin, but by most it is thought to be flesh and bone. It has been described as anything from a large elephant-like creature with grayish-brown skin to something more similar to that of...
Hey, and this in the scriptures, man. Let me go to this real quick. Somebody texting me right now. It never fails when I want to do a video or lesson or something. Phone want to go off. That's in the book of Job, and they're talking about behemoth, which you got scientists and stuff coming out saying animals that they thought that was extinct, they're not extinct. So all that stuff about, oh, ain't no more dinosaurs and all that different stuff like that. Hey, you go ask some people over in Congo or the Amazon or whatever about the stuff they be seeing out there. And I know people personally from Congo. So they ain't making no shit up about seeing no raptors or some shit running around. You already got stuff like the Komodo dragon. You think ain't nothing else running around out there? No. When you read the book of Job, in chapter 40, verse 15, I'm going to start there. It says, look now at Behemoth, which I made along with you. He eats grass like an ox. That's where they get this from right here. These images in this concept. I'm going to read on some more. It say, lo, now his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. Now, this is the main part I want to get to, because this picture right here gives a good description. Now, you see how big that tree is, and this is how the scriptures break it down just like that. It says, he moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. Hey, this is like a cedar tree right here. And then they got the the visualization of it. So it's creatures out there, man, that people can't capture. You got Esau, they want to go catch every damn thing and put it in the zoo. They ain't catching it like this, man. They're just going to grab it up. And they ain't going down like that.
The extinct Sauropoda. Stories of encountering this elusive cryptid go back as early as 1776, where a French priest wrote tales of a creature which was not seen, but which must have been monstrous. The marks of the claws were noted on the ground, and these formed a print about 3 feet in circumference. No video or picture has been considered usable as evidence of its existence, as they were all considered to be too blurry, dark, or distant. So what do you think? Spirit of the Congo? A remnant of a time once past? Or is it just something that lives in story alone? Number 8. Megalodon. Meaning big tooth, this creature is thought to have lived 15.9 to 2.6 million years ago during the Cenozoic era and considered extinct. Believed to be 30 to 50 feet or 9 to 15 meters in length. But some of the largest specimens are thought to have reached lengths of nearly 100 feet or 30 meters. The megalodon is said to average 25 to 35 tons in weight, with large specimens growing to be a massive 65 tons, and is said to look like a large, stocky version of a modern great white shark. Little is known about this creature, as currently only a few fossilized teeth have been recovered, giving scientists the ability to recreate the beast based off proportionate scaling, with upper anterior teeth being documented at 7.25 inches or 18.5 centimeters in length, combined with a bite force believed to be 24,000 to 41,000 pounds.
All right, I'm just skip through it a little bit because I don't want to make this too long. Now you got stuff like this
Inhabiting
people
the
see out there
pine
in Jersey.
barrens of
This one I want to come across because hey, there's creatures like this, man. Back at verse 30 in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, it say teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. It said they shall rejoice at his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is. So hey, just because you don't see them like that, don't mean they ain't out there. But if Yahweh Shem Yahushua want them animals to come out the woods and go do whatever they do, they just show themselves to people, or to go, cause that judgment or bring forth that judgment. Hey, they're gonna do his work. And it said when their time has come, they shall not transgress his word, which is another cut to people that say, oh Satan fought the Lord up in heaven, he got kicked out. Man, it didn't go down like that. Everything is done in order. You got the Most High created everything, left stuff on the left hand side and the right hand side. So if something go down, it's because he ordained it. Now reading on in verse 32, it says, therefore, from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things, and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord Yahweh are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season. I'm going to let this play some more.
In New Jersey, in the United States, this creature is described commonly as being 4 feet or 1.2 meters tall, having a kangaroo-like body, head of a goat, bat-like wings, horns, small arms with clawed hands, said to be very fast and capable of giving off a blood-curdling wail. Though reported encounters with the creature go back as early as 1820, there were, however, no printed materials referencing it until 1909. The most popular origin of the Jersey Devil is that it's the 13th child of Mother Leeds, who gave birth to the creature in 1735 after she bedded. But the pet of the Greek god Poseidon, the Kraken is number 5 on our list. This gigantic octopus-like creature appears in stories as early as the 12th century, though not referred to as Kraken until 1735's Systema Naturae, written by
I'm just going to skim through it. I don't want to let all this stuff play out.
Enrico.
You want to look it up, they got the title right there. So you come back and look at it and check it out. Bro.
After, sightings have been reported all throughout Latin America, including Mexico, Chile, Brazil, and even parts of the United States. The chupacabra got its name from the way it would drain the blood from its victims, especially goats, by leaving 3 puncture wounds in the form of an upside-down triangle. The 3 to 4 foot or 1 to 1.2.
Hey, in the tribe of Issachar, which are the Mexicans, they definitely know about this. People that's from Texas and New Mexico, people that actually stay in the Mexico area, Colorado, even Louisiana, spoke of this stuff and speak of this. So there's people that know it exists, man, but you have people that think it's just a myth. It don't really exist because they ain't see it. Just like people think nukes don't exist because they ain't see it, but you see them motherfuckers testing them every damn day. I won't say every day, but every other day. I'm gonna just let this lesson play.
So
And
known
then you hear
as
stories
Bigfoot.
about they call it the Sasquatch or the Bigfoot. Yeah, people from the Seminole tribes, Choctaw, Cherokee, um, Bear Claw tribes, Mi'kmaq tribes, all these different tribes of Indians, which are Reuben and Gad. They mention this creature. They know about stuff being out there in the woods and leaving markings and showing, basically not to go in this direction, not to go that far back. Basically, to respect this space. Because what a lot of these poachers and these hunters like to do, they find out about these different creatures and hey, it'd be a bounty on them, so they want to go get it. But they don't get them though. Sometimes they end up getting got. Now, this is just a quick lesson on this. I'm gonna just go to the book of Genesis real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna just end that off on the book of Genesis. So it says in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 21. It says, and Yahweh created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And Yahweh saw that it was good. So even these wild looking, ugly looking creatures or whatever, he created all that stuff, man. And Esau like to put stuff in the laboratories and fuse animals and do all type of shit like that. But ultimately, that's because the spirit was put on them to do that. So you have stuff like a liger and different type of fish and stuff that was fused together. So, Lord's willing, this is edifying, man. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be popping out. A lot of high-level spiritual stuff that's going to be popping out. And it's all ordained by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So shalom to the alert. Stay alert. Keep pushing, man. All you other Akim that be, paying attention to these videos and listening to the apostles and elders, man. They ain't lying about this stuff. You do a diligent search. Hey, the facts there. Now you got these Idumeans. Now, the only reason why I put that title is the name for certain videos, because when you put in the term Edomites or red Edomites or whatever, they flag it as hate speech. So, I had to switch it up a little bit and put it in Greek. So, hey, that's just a little tip to some of the other Akim. I have to switch the titles up, maybe just put it in a different language or whatever. Whoever meant to get it, and actually research the definitions of the words, they'll know exactly what it means. Shalom.